Okay, guys, here's our meeting 2 agendas. Okay, so to start off, we're going to summarize meeting 1. And so last meeting, we kind of talked a little bit about working with mental illness in teen girls and what each subtype we're each interested in, which we'll clarify more on today. We also kind of discussed basics about our responsibilities and how we might divide those and when. Potential ways to engage the audience. Maybe a pamphlet of some sort, some testimony, and maybe statistics to show how prevalent it is. And maybe end of class evaluations and test questions, and how to evaluate audience satisfaction by maybe doing a survey. So today we're going to elaborate on quite a few of those topics and get into more details and maybe formulate a timeline of some sort. So next we're going to review today's agenda, and we're going to confirm the subgroups, look into kind of the AV stuff and get a plan for that, figure out our final meeting times, the timeline like I discussed, and then just summarize and get on out of here.
Sounds good.
Okay, so confirming our subgroups. So Tabor, you were thinking about doing
Yeah, the overall.
overall?
That's fine.
Okay. What about you, Emily?
The bipolar.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so I just had a question. Anxiety, I feel like there's like a lot of different things. Should I just do like generalized anxiety disorder?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really great question.
I would say
Because
probably.
I feel
probably.
like generalized anxiety disorder is probably the most prevalent.
Yeah.
Like that's what I struggle with, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to maybe add some personal experience, or if you wanted to. So yeah, I think that'd be great.
All my pill usages.
And I'm kind of looking at doing oppositional defiant disorder, ODD, and then something that was added on was that can turn into antisocial personality disorder when left untreated. So I might kind of delve into that as well. Okay, so I'm glad that we all have our kind of main focuses done.
Just a question on mine. So this is just going to be like stats and like what else should I look up with it? Because I'm just thinking of like
I feel
statistics.
Maybe like the different types. Like you obviously like we're gonna go into like anxiety or bipolar or whatever. But I feel like maybe it could be like there's many different ways that mental illness can like manifest, and like just kind of mention in general like here's a bunch of different examples of mental illness.
Okay. And maybe like different treatments, or I mean,
You could do that. You could do
Sure.
like, since we're doing it in teen girls, you could see the like if there's any statistics on the average treatment, like how many people take medication or do talk therapy or something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, just like looking on page 9 of the syllabus, it has like definition of the population, knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed, and then like challenges case managers may face. Like I feel like maybe you could do something like, I mean, we're all gonna have to do that like individually, but I feel like maybe yours could just be more general, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think those are all great suggestions. I bet you'll be able to find a lot of cool statistics and all that stuff. And maybe just figure it out as you go, see what research brings up and what seems to fit well with the project.
I'm hoping I can find some like aimed websites for teen girls. You know.
I actually found one that I sent in a link, so that might be worth.
Okay.
I'll get you that after the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? Awesome. So to the project, I know we talked about using your Mac for most things. But I was wondering if anyone would be interested in maybe Google Docs or something we can all go in and edit, so that way you're not stuck
Sending
putting
it all.
everything together and editing everything. So
Yeah, we can do Google Docs if you guys want. I don't really know what. I mean, if I have like a Google
Account.
account, can I access that?
yes, if
Okay,
you have a
cool.
Gmail.
Without a Google account, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
probably
can set
right.
it up too.
If you just
Okay.
like send like the link or something, I did it with a project before.
Mhm.
If they just like send you the link and you click on it, like you have access to it, and there's
Okay.
like a way where you can actually like see like the changes that other people make, like when they're making them.
Oh, that's cool.
But can we make like a group on Google Doc?
Yes, I believe we can. I'd be happy to put that together if you guys wanted to Facebook message me your emails, and I could bring out a couple blank documents and a couple slideshows for us all to access.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So we're going to be using Google Docs. Okay, so the meeting times for scheduling the next 2 team meetings to complete assignment 1A for each of us. Carrie's already gone, and I'm this week, so we have meeting 3 and meeting 4 left, and facilitators for each of those.
Mhm. I think we decided I would do 3 and you would do 4. If you're fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. My stomach just
So then, what's the like due date for the very last one? Because I know he said like waiting as long as you could, but I didn't know like when.
What's
I
the
believe waiting as long as we could was for assignment 1B, because that's the individual
For the role
role
plays.
play. But I know we have to turn it in no later than a week or 2 weeks after spring break.
like this whole thing.
the third one or the fourth one?
The 4th one. The final one is due a week or 2 after spring break, I believe.
Okay, yeah, you said that in the first time we talked about it. Okay.
Do you guys-
Sorry.
We could tentatively maybe plan on, meeting a week or 2 from now and kind of confirm actual dates after we've all looked at our schedules.
Let's
Mhm.
do it. Yeah.
Okay, and what works for you guys especially for figuring out the agendas? So Tabor is going 3rd and Emily's going to go 4th, and those dates are both going to be determined. Maybe we can have them tentatively down by Thursday in class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We could ask the teacher.
I just wanted to see what week spring break is really quick. The 19th. Okay.
Okay. I feel like we're really good on getting it done on time. I think we'll be doing great. But now a little bit more detailed timeline for completion. We're now talking about project 2. And that maybe we could discuss when we should finish each part and how to divide the project. So does anyone have anything they're really passionate about doing, or?
I mean, I could write or do the PowerPoint. The video part, I don't know how much you guys know about editing videos or anything.
My roommate's a film major.
Oh,
That's good.
Awesome. That might be a great resource for us to look into.
And my good friend's a graphic design student. Or like,
Awesome.
yeah, for movies and stuff like that.
Awesome. Okay.
But I don't know how to do it at all, especially on a Mac.
I can actually do iMovie. I work with iMovie, so I could do it on your Mac.
Well,
If you
That is great. Yay, I'm glad you have
But
that skill.
is the video part is just like role plays, right?
Mhm.
Or is-
But we have to cut it so it'll be different role plays from a variety of sessions.
Well, but I'm just wondering if like, I mean, you could just cut the video, like then you don't have to edit it. Just like stop the video instead of like rolling
That is
all
a-
the way through.
Really brilliant suggestion. I mean, instead of overcomplicating it, we can just.
Yeah, then you take that step out. Like you're
Yeah.
basically editing when you're filming it.
No, I think that's a wonderful idea. I think that would make a good game plan. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
We're social work students. We're not film majors.
Yeah. True. So are we doing all of these like by ourselves, or are we going to like teamwork them to some extent? Or
That's a good question. I think to a certain
Yeah.
degree we're all going to have to conduct research, find
Right.
sources. But, we don't necessarily need to each do written part test questions or,
Well, cause
I just wonder. Oh, sorry.
like here, like these are the things we have to cover. So like some of them, I'm just. I guess I'm not. I don't know what's going on. Like, if you just look at, like, what it is.
Yeah, so I think each of us will be attempting to research and answer all these questions.
Right.
But it's more of the putting it together. So we'll all provide the information, but we don't need to all put it together. So maybe we should just simplify this and just do step one, conducting research, and figure out the rest once we've gathered our info.
Mm-hmm.
I know we need, I think, a minimum of 8 sources. 3 can be websites, and the other 5 need to be articles or book chapters, clearly reputable. So maybe we could each find an article and a website.
Wait, so we need 8 citations total within the group or each?
Total.
Oh, okay, cool.
Although I'm guessing we're probably going to have more.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a social work journal?
No, I do not believe it does have to be.
And just like an accredited website?
Let me double check. Thank you for bringing your syllabus.
It's always in my folder.
I walked out of the apartment and I was driving away and I was like, no, I forgot my folder. So,
Okay, so it just needs to be from a peer-reviewed journal, so it doesn't need to be social work. I think it would be great for stuff about dealing with challenges with case managers and anything social work specific. I think would be great to have social work sources, but for the first step of just any research, I think that's peer-reviewed will be a great first step.
So all of us will find a website and a peer-reviewed journal to bring. And then do our research, and we can all come together and kind of discuss how that can all fit together.
Yeah. Put the pieces together in the puzzle.
Yeah.
I think that's great. When do you guys think we should have that done by?
the research.
I mean, I feel like, honestly, we should probably, for me, it doesn't take that long to find, like, the journals, like, if you go through KU libraries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I could probably get at least my portion done by the next time we meet. Like, that's not that difficult. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
if we at least do that, then we're gonna get started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
So,
I think that's the right idea.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't take us too long. Just, do you want to have them found, or do you want to kind of have them highlighted and know kind of where we want to focus?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I think so too. Awesome, guys.
And then we'll be, obviously, while we're looking at those journals, starting on our research for our specific topics, but probably do more research on those, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we just get, like, the starting place, everything will be, like, I feel like most of the time, like, the most, like, horrible part is, like, finding the articles, and
Yeah.
then once you get it, everything goes really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if we can just get that done, and, like, because, I mean, this assignment's not due until the very end of school, right?
Yes. It's depending on what we present, but yeah, it's
Okay.
towards the very end.
So then if we can get that going now, as opposed to, say, waiting till after spring break, then I
Yeah.
feel
I
like...
agree
Oh,
fully.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I have other classes that,
Yeah.
like, everything's going to be picking up right then, too. So.
Right.
Right, yeah. So when is the next time we're meeting then?
I think
When
that's
do we want
gonna
this
be
to?
determined on Thursday, because that'll
Okay.
be when you're gonna kind of facilitate the meeting. So whenever
Oh, yes, that will be my...
This
And-
next Thursday?
Thursday in class.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
2
The
days
day
from
after
now.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wait, we're not doing her facilitating.
no,
Not Thursday.
just that'll
It's
be
like,
when we'll get
Mom,
the
I'm
date.
going home. So.
No, ma'am.
And
Bye.
my guess is our sources will have a lot of overlap. So even if it's focused mostly on anxiety, it'll have something about mental illness in general. So I think it would be great if we could also kind of read over and be familiar with and everyone else's. Okay, so as far as the timeline for completion, we're gonna have our research done, our starting research done by the next time we meet as a group, which will probably be within the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there anything else anyone would like to add?
I don't think so. I think we got some clear picture of the assignment, what we're doing. So I think that's good. and have a better understanding of what this entire assignment looks like. So that's good too. And I think that breaking it up like this is going to make all of our lives a lot easier.
Yeah, it's in manageable pieces now. I agree.
Yeah. And if we can get it done like sooner than later, or not wait till the very end of the semester, which we're not, then that's just
That'll
a lot
take
of.
off a lot of stress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, so today we just kind of confirmed a lot of stuff and got some more specifics laid out, confirming our subgroups, how we are going to actually do the project via Google Docs. Our meeting times are still slightly to be determined, but we do have our facilitator order confirmed, and we know what our next step is. So I think we're off to a really great start, guys. The next thing on our agenda is kind of feedback for me as a facilitator. So I kind of have strengths, weaknesses, how can I improve these, and suggestions. So does anyone have anything to add to those categories?
I thought you did a really good job at leading and keeping us on track the entire time. We didn't stray.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I thought you did a really good job of being like, oh, that's a really great idea, and like kind of encouraging us instead of being like, oh, that's stupid. Like, shut your mouth.
Yeah, that'd be
well, you
neat.
guys had a lot of really great ideas. You made it pretty easy. You guys did great staying on track.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I thought you did just a good job overall of being clear and affirming what and paraphrasing what we just talked about and making sure everyone's on the same page as far as our research and due dates. And good eye contact and body language.
Good.
And yeah, I don't know anything that you need to work on necessarily.
Well, there's always somewhere to improve.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe just like in between, like from moving to subject, like maybe like have a little bit of like, okay, like instead of just summarizing the whole entire thing, like summarize each like individual thing, so then we all kind of know like, okay, this section's done, we're moving on to the next section. Does that make sense?
I think so. So let me get some clarification here. So like confirming each of these instead of.
So like we talked about the subgroups and then being like, okay, like just like making a concluding sentence about that, because I feel like it was just kind of like, okay, like
Okay, more
moving to
conclusion.
like I feel
Yeah.
like maybe just like making those lines a little bit clearer like would kind of help us all stay together just a little bit better. Like not that we were like a crazy mess, but I think sometimes I was a little bit like, oh, we moved on, okay.
No, I agree. I agree fully. I felt like those were a little awkward, and I definitely could have done better. So that's a great first step for me to better transitions, because I was kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
So thank you. Any other ideas for how I might be able to improve?
That's the only thing. I mean, sometimes I felt like we moved really, really fast. So, but that might just be me, like, trying to absorb
But I think
slowly.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think this that you printed off was a really good idea
Yeah.
because that helped us like understand what or kind of stay with the flow of everything.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, this helped me stay organized too, so I'm glad you guys liked it. I think one thing that I just thought about when you were mentioning the moving a little bit too fast was maybe having a timer next time. Because I know for me, I think I wanted to make sure we're in the time limit, and I have no idea where we are in the time limit right now. So I think it might be a good idea for us to look into
Mm-hmm.
in the future. So.
I'll bring it.
I mean, I have it on my phone, so
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Bring a
we
little
have to buy like
egg
a
timer.
Okay, so maybe look into a timer. Okay, guys. Well, I think we had an awesome meeting. I think we all did a good job contributing, and I feel much better about the assignment. So, and thank you all for the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely work on those transitions and not going so quick next time.
Sounds good.